Hey guys, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. I want to try something new. So if you guys are in my VIP group or you're friends with me on Facebook or the Instagram, you know that I am a really big reader. And so I fly through books. And when I had my children, I stopped reading because you're a new mom. You don't have time for reading for you, right? And so now my kids are a little bit older. They are in school, although right now they're playing quite loudly outside my office. I have reignited my love for reading and I fly through books. I usually read a book within a day or two, and I have started doing book reviews on my social media and people have really liked it. So I thought I would talk about books. I will try to not go into like too much detail because I don't want to ruin the book for anybody. But just kind of give you guys like how I rated it, how I felt about it, and then just kind of like a brief synopsis. And if you guys like it, let me know. If not, I don't know, it brings me joy. I might still do it. But if you really like it, let me know. And if you've read the book I'm talking about, I want to know as well. So the one I want to talk about was a 5-star review for me. And it was the first book I've read from this author. And I have feelings about the book and the movie. So it is The Last Letter from Your Lover, and I picked it up on a whim because I have started really connecting with bookstagrammers on Instagram, and a lovely lady named Jill had recommended this, and she and I have very similar reading styles, I guess you could say, and I am not judgy. I will read pretty much any genre. I don't love nonfiction. I really like to get lost in a book, but I have read some nonfictions before, but those are usually thrillers. But I like everything. So she recommended this book. She said it was really good. I think she gave it 4 stars. I picked it up and I realized that this is the same author of Me Before You. Now, I have seen that movie. I've cried. I thought it was so good. I had not read the book. I didn't realize that it was a book. So I might pick it up. I don't know. I did pick up the sequel to that one because obviously I've already seen the movie, and so I like to do things, and I like to read the book and then watch the movie, not reverse. So I did pick up the sequel. But this one, I also saw that it was being made into a Netflix movie. So I picked this up last month and I flew through it, you guys. It is so, so good. So it takes place in 1960 and in 2003, is that right? Yeah. So it's sort of one of those that kind of time hops a little bit. And so in 1960, this woman, Jennifer, ends up having an affair on her husband, who, if I may say so, is kind of a douche. So I'm not saying cheating is ever right. I am happily married. I would never cheat on my husband. But it's funny how in some of these books, you kind of start understanding why the cheater did what they did, right? So she ends up falling in love with a journalist that came over. I feel like her husband was pretty like verbally abusive in the book. Like he just was kind of a jerk to her. And he was gone all the time. He left her in these big houses. They had lots of money all the time. And so she ends up hanging out with this journalist and they end up falling in love. And he's a writer, obviously. So he starts writing her these letters. Now, in the very beginning of the book, she gets into a car accident and she loses all of her memory. So she's in her house trying to put together the pieces and she finds a letter from her lover and she has no idea who this guy is, right? So you're kind of flitting back and forth, like, because you have to understand that she's had a car accident and then you go back to understand who this person is. And then you start flitting to 2003 and Ellie is a journalist and she is trying to find her big break, basically. She is dating a married man. She, is kind of letting that consume her, and it's really starting to show at work. And her boss is like, listen, I hired you because I thought you were going to be amazing, and you're not being amazing, so you need to find something. So she's in the archives because this newspaper is about to move to a new building. She goes down to the archives, and she finds these letters. And so it's sort of like a story of Jennifer and Anthony's love story and how that came to be. And then you have Ellie, who is sort of in the same boat, except she is the other woman. She's sort of like the Anthony of it, right? And so it's sort of It's really good, you guys. I don't want to go into any more detail because I don't want to ruin it for you, but I gave this book 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I thought the writing was beautiful. I was totally invested in the story. And I think that it wrapped up very nicely. I didn't, in the book, feeling like I had unanswered questions or, you know, what happened. Like, I felt very at ease and, like, nice, pretty bow, which is what I usually like. Now, I will say, there was a movie made. Okay, so I will preface this with I loved the cast. I thought the cast was great. The movie fell totally short for me. They changed a lot of, like, I felt to be key points. For instance, in the movie, Ellie's not dating a married man. And I felt like that was sort of like a big point of the whole book, right? So for me, I mean, I rarely feel like the movie lives up to the book. I felt like it really fell short, and I would have given the movie like 2.5, 3 stars. I thought it was pretty bad. The movie itself would have been great. Like, my husband watched it with me, and he was like, it wasn't bad, you know, but he didn't love it, and I obviously was having a lot of feelings because it did not coincide with the book whatsoever. So if you're one of those people that, like me, like to read the book and then you watch the movie and then you're like totally irritated when the movie just like squirrels off and it's nothing like the book, you will not like the movie. I thought the movie was pretty bad, but the book is amazing. I love historical fiction, which I didn't realize I loved until I read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And so yeah, this one is a beautiful historical sort of modern day romance. It was very well written. After I finished this book, I took my kids to Barnes & Noble and immediately picked up another one of her books, which I have not read yet because I have a pile of books that's about 20 deep that I need to read, and that's not even starting on the Kindle. So I love this. If you guys have read this book, tell me what you think. What did you rate it? What did you think of the movie? I thought the movie was awful. But I love the book. I thought the acting was good in the movie. It wasn't the actors. It was just whoever adapted it from the book to the movie really dropped the ball and changed key points that really should have been in the book. So that's how I feel about that. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I don't want to keep these videos too long, but if you like these kind of books these videos where I talk about books and how I feel about them, let me know. I would love to keep doing them for you guys. Otherwise, you can catch me on social media chatting about my books because I have very big feelings about all of them. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!